Hello and welcome to the Crumbs Doilies shop in Soho. Now here at the shop we change the menu every day and we have absolutely tons of flavours. One of the most requested and most popular flavours is carrot cake, and it was one of the first things I learnt to bake back in the day when I first started baking, and I think it's very important that you know how to make it too. So I'm going to take you back home and show you how it's done. This carrot cake is packed with carrots and walnuts. It's insanely moist, delicately spiced and filled with tangy cream cheese icing. And the first thing we need to do is make the sponge. I've already got my tins ready. I'm using 4 8-inch round tins with loose bottoms, and I've just greased those. You can line them as well, but it's not 100% necessary. This is quite an oily cake. And now I'm going to measure my dry ingredients so that they're ready to go when I need them. So I have a bowl here with a sieve, and I'm going to put 420 grams of plain flour through that. 2½ teaspoons of cinnamon, along with 3/4 teaspoon of salt and 1½ teaspoons each of baking powder and bicarbonate of soda. And the last of the dry ingredients are walnuts, and I've actually whizzed these up really fine in my food processor. What I don't want is massive chunks of walnut, because the ground walnut is going to add a nice amount of texture and moisture to the cake. And just stir that together to combine it all. So I just need to put that to one side until later, and now I'm going to whisk my eggs and my sugar together. I've got 6 large free-range eggs. And I'm going to beat those together with 480 grams of sugar. So it's been mixing for about a minute, and it's not really fluffy, but it's gone a little bit paler and a bit more voluminous. So now it's time to add the oil, and I've got 450 millilitres of sunflower oil. And just speed that up and beat it for 30 seconds. Okay, it's time to add the carrots, which is a vital ingredient in carrot cake, and I've got 375 grams of very finely grated carrots, and I always use organic carrots because I think they've got a lot more flavour than the regular ones. And just fold those together on a low speed for about 30 seconds. And last but not least, our dry ingredients need to go in, and just fold those together gently. Now I'm afraid that carrot cake batter doesn't look very appealing, but it does bake to make a delicious cake, so all is going to be well. And now I just need to distribute it evenly between all 4 of my tins. Now if you're not sure, you can weigh all your tins, but I've pretty much nailed it, I think. So I'm going to bake these at 175 degrees C for 25 to 28 minutes. While my cakes are baking, I'm going to get on with making my cream cheese icing, and this is my go-to recipe. I've actually done a whole video on cream cheese icing if you want to check that out. And I'm going to start by beating my butter till it's pale and fluffy, and I've got 170 grams of unsalted soft butter. Once it's had a couple of minutes beating, it's ready to have the cream cheese added, and I've got 270 grams of cream cheese. And that doesn't need very long beating together, but now it's time to add the sugar, and I've got 930 grams of icing sugar, which I've already sifted. That does sound like quite a lot, doesn't it? But this is going to be a lot of icing, and the thing about cream cheese icing is when you put sugar in, it starts to loosen and melt, so you need to put more sugar in to stiffen it up again. So all my sugar went in, and it's had a couple of minutes beating, and it's perfect consistency. It's really nice and spreadable, so that's going to be brilliant for decorating our cake. So I'm just going to put this to one side with a bit of cling film over it until I need it. My cakes are cool, so now I'm going to trim them, level them, fill them, and give this cake a crumb coat. And if you want to see more detail about that, I have got a video, so check the link out. Right, once your cake is completely covered with cream cheese, you need to put that in the fridge for about half an hour to an hour to set completely. And we're back, and my cake is nice and set because it's been chilling out in the fridge for a little while, so now I'm going to give it a final coating of cream cheese icing. Now you can decorate your cake however you want. I've gone with a kind of rough, rustic look, and you can top it with maybe some chopped walnuts like these, or you can do really cute things like these little carrots. I just made these with coloured sugar paste and painted faces on with black food colouring, and they are so cute. Well, there it is, my cute finished carrot cake. This is a favourite of mine. I've been baking this for about 15 years and it is a massive favourite of Crumbs and Doilies. We regularly have carrot cake cupcakes in the shop, so if you're in the area, do check it out. I'll be back next week with another recipe for you guys. Until then, if you do bake this, let me know how you get on using the hashtag Cupcake Jemma on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next week. Bye.